all sorts of places in a loo that it could smell. It could be the lavatory itself. So you click the lavatory, you get a good quality limescale removing lavatory cleaner. Don't get bleach involved at this stage of things. You put some in the cistern mind, leave it to sit for a bit and then flush it through. That should get some of it on the inside of the rim where you can't get to. Run it up under the rim, use the loo brush to pump the water out, douse the inside with limescale removing loo cleaner. Leave it for half an hour to an hour or overnight. Give it a really, really good scrub. Flush it a couple of times. That's the inside done. Then spray the whole of the outside, every inch, with anti-bac. Again, give it a bit, especially around the hinges. If you can take the lavatory seat off and clean that in the shower or whatever, brilliant. If you can't, really get in the hinges. I've done a TikTok on it. I think it's in my playlists. Every inch of it. Give it a few minutes, a minute or so, because you want the anti-bac to kill the bacteria, and there's a thing called a dwell time. Then use lavatory paper to dry it off, to wipe it off and clean it. Pay special attention to the bit at the front of the lavatory pan where there are always wee dribbles. That's your lavatory done. Clean your seat. Now, it can also be where that wee dribbles down the front. It can also, depending on how your lavatory is plumbed in. Now, this is weird. America, the water from their loo goes out through the floor. Why it does that. In the UK, it goes round up through the U-bend and goes out through the wall, and then it's in a soil pipe on the outside of the house. So I don't live in America. In America, they have a wax seal to stop it coming out, and I don't know how you clean that safely, but this is UK. Now, sometimes they put the floor of the loo down, vinyl, and then they put the loo on top of it. And that's fine. You squirt anti-bac really liberally around the foot of the loo. Give it, again, time for the anti-bac to work, and then you mop the floor with boiling hot water. But quite often what happens is they put the loo on the floor, which is either wood or on hardboard, and then they cut the lino or the tile round the loo. And as you can see, that will give you a little bit where we can get in and start to really smell and get into the hardboard and into the wood, and that is not a good thing. So if you're having your bathroom redone and you see them trying to cut the lino, have a word with them. They can unscrew the lavatory from the floor, lift it up and run the whole sheet of lino underneath it in one sheet, and that can be kept hygienic. However, do the best you can with the cleaning and the anti-bac, as I've just said, but go in then with PET enzyme spray and spray all that little seam and all that with PET enzyme spray. Don't rinse it off, leave it. Also, while you're in there, make sure that you wash, if there's skirting board behind the loo where it goes, where the soil pipe goes out, wash all under there, all behind there. You'd be amazed where pee gets. It gets halfway up the wall sometimes, so wash all of that. Hot soapy water, you know, it doesn't really matter, hot soapy water. PET enzyme spray, and then just leave it for a bit and see how that gets on. That should get rid of all the smell of wee. If the smells of wee, of course, it could just be stale bathroom and it could be the plumbing under the bath, but that'll take care of the lavatory for now.